Hey, it's me again. Yes. This is probably just a part two of my storytelling escapade. So, anyways, have you done your family tree? Oh man, like where do you? I mean, you know where to start. Most people do, but yeah. So back about 3 years ago, I decided it would be really cool to actually have a DNA test done. And this type of DNA test is it's just to find out, like, it's not like a paternity test to see who your parents are. It's like a regional area where you came from, like based on, and you don't give blood, you give your saliva. And I thought, yeah, I'll try it, whatever. But I know it's debatable. Like, people want to debate it, whatever. But right now, I did it. Who cares? I thought it was fun. The results were fun. You know? Like, we got technology now. Um it's helped people. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It could be bad, I guess, like for some people doing stuff like this, but if there's family secrets, it could be. But it's also helped people find their parents, like their real like their biological families and such. So, you know, but um, like, I'm just curious about where it came from. Like, obviously, I had family that came from England, and then family that came from France, and then there's branches that came from Ireland and Scotland. But like, that's fine. And like, they all at some point migrated over, and that's the thing with the test, is it also gives you your genetic community. So it also, it's a really good idea to do your family tree, though, just to like, it just makes sense to actually research your tree, and to use the actual records, consensus records, whatever, everything. You can access this stuff. Although Ancestry is pretty cool, but if you want to look at other countries, you have to have a membership. So it's not free either. There's basic. You can do basic research. So for a while there, I did have the membership. And I can get it again. It's just I haven't been doing any. I got so far in the tree, right, and then I worked so hard on it that I had to take a break, and then I just kind of went on to other things. But yes, I had one of those tests done, and it was pretty interesting, pretty obvious, but interesting, because there was things that came up that like, I didn't really think would show. Um, well, obviously, okay, I will just say, I'm not going to give exact amounts, but from what was calculated from my saliva sample, was a high percentage of Great Britain, which would translate, when you look at migrations, which would translate to like Anglo-Saxon. They're not The Anglo-Saxons are not native to that landmass per se. Like, the British people are actually like a hybrid group, like genetic hybrid group, right? You do research on the Anglo-Saxons, and then we'll take you to Germanic tribes. Long, 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 long time ago. Which, I mean, that's, I guess, it speaks for itself. So, you know what I mean? Like, and then there's the Keltoi, whatever. You look at that, that's kind of dispersed even in, like, the main part of Europe. People think it's just like Scotland, Ireland, and such. No, no, they stretched out across, all the way across to Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe. It's interesting, the diaspora. Anyhow, so mostly Great Britain, so like very Anglo-Saxon, uh, and then the next highest would be Ireland, like Irish, Scottish, and then after that would be, I have a lot of it's funny because on my results, they gave me people that I'm also genetically matched up to, that also took the test, and most of my matches are actually Acadians locally, and there's quite a few in the southern U.S., like Louisiana, Florida. Some of them are in Texas. Like, yeah, I have like not ancestors. I have real live people today that I'm related to down south. They were probably the displaced people, those Acadians that were shipped down. Yeah, like some of them were relatives. It's crazy, and and I can actually contact them through Ancestry now because I already, it's neat. Um, so there, as much as like there wasn't much French that showed up, like Western Europe, there's not much that showed up. I have a lot of, I keep saying ancestors. I have a lot of relatives over here. So how many am I related to in Europe? And my next thing that came up was I had a percentage of DNA from Norway. That was pretty cool. Um, Now, it is in my family tree. It goes back. I do have family from Scandinavia. Uh, Maybe a few hundred years back. Yeah, they kind of migrated over here at some point. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, then there was like a little bit of it would be Finland, like Russia. I guess it would be called like White Russia, obviously, because Russia's pretty dispersed. Or the Yeah, because you get different groups of them as a closer, because they share Russia, like that area shares landmass with China and like parts of Asia. So some of them are more Asiatic as opposed to like Caucasian. Then I had a little bit of Southern Europe, like Italian, Greece. So this really, it's not worth mentioning, really. Like I mentioned it anyways, but Jewish showed up, like a little sprinkle of that, which was weird, and a little tiny bit of West Asia, which is like Iraq, Iran, Turkey. Yeah, hmm. No African, no Native American, no Asian, no Polynesian. I think it came up. Oh yes, it was like 99% European in that, but one little blip of West Asian out of nowhere. But yeah, yeah. So some Nordic ancestors. It's cool. It's cool that that showed up in my DNA. Like even today, like it actually bled through. But I mean, how many are you? Have that too, right? Um, Everybody, it's like varying amounts for everybody. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I could probably talk on and on and on about this. But yeah. Huh. Weird though. The Finland Russian thing was kind of interesting for me, just because like I was looking up stuff, and there was like these white tribes, um, and Sami people, whatever. Anyways, one of them looked a lot like me. I have a photo somewhere. It's really crazy, like the face shape and everything. It's weird. Yeah, that's like Finland. Yeah, yeah, I do believe that was in Finland. These are the people that ride reindeer. Anyways, it's pretty Nordic. Anyways, I better let you go. That was just another little like talk. But yeah, well, till next time, toodaloo.